Even though the LIV versus PGA Tour debate is old news by this point, you haven't truly seen petty until you watch this war, and it's entertaining too. For something that's been going on for almost a year, there are new developments every week. And this time, we might have the most explosive one yet. Today we'll explain why sport's prettiest war is about to blow up. With every new week comes new development in LIV Golf. Trust us, the PGA LIV row is far from over. First we saw the launch of the league, followed by the decamping of superstar golfers, which shocked the golf community. And now, things have gotten really bad. Want to find out why? Stick around because there's a whole lot to unravel. Lowry expresses disgust for LIV. Even though the LIV Golf Tour will be played worldwide, from Thailand to the United States and Great Britain to Saudi Arabia, with fewer games, leaving the players with enough family time, there is still a lot of mistrust surrounding the league because it features some of the best players in the world. Shane Lowry's abject disgust for LIV Golf is one major negative development. Shane Lowry says he's never considered playing on the LIV Golf Tour because he doesn't play the game for money. The Irishman, who's repeatedly resisted attempts to join LIV Golf, believes that LIV Golf is not good for the game, while maintaining that players who join the Saudi-backed tour did so for the money and not for their passion for golf. "I've always said that I don't play golf for money," said Lowry. "I never have and I never will. I've said to several players that have joined LIV, why do you play the game? If it's for money, maybe you should do it, but if you play the game for trophies, you don't have to be told that you shouldn't." Unlike his colleagues who switched allegiance to the Rebel League, Lowry has reiterated that no amount of money can influence his decision, and most importantly, he has the backing of his wife and kids. Well, at least his family has his back compared to Dustin Johnson, who made a family decision, but he could only care less as long as he kept laughing all the way to the bank. We mean DJ made $75 million in his 15 years on the PGA Tour, while he raked in $35.6 million in one season on LIV. So you tell me, how do you expect these guys to care about what fans or the golf community have to say? And if you think doling out cash is the only way the Saudi-backed tour intends to lure the big names, then there's a whole lot you still don't know. LIV's strategy to stay in business. Greg Norman, the tour's chief executive, is always in the news for controversial reasons. First, he set out to launch the Rebel Series, and many people wrote it off. Soon, the tour was gaining momentum, and everyone was talking about it. In no time, the series began signing the game's top guns. And that was when the PGA Tour knew they had to put on their thinking caps. Apparently, the cap didn't fit because LIV still seems to be gaining traction. Although the league might be causing some upset in the golf community, LIV, according to its chief executive, has made several attempts to mend fences with its biggest rival, the PGA Tour, which was repeatedly rejected. Norman said, "The notion that LIV is trying to bring down the tour is far from the truth. Instead, it is the PGA Tour that's trying to destroy us. It is that simple. But the PGA Tour has refused to sit down and have a conversation with me or any of my investors," he continued. "To be honest with you, I don't even pay attention to critics. All I can say is that I'm here for the sport. My focus is building the best league we can." If you know Norman, then you should know that when he speaks, he means business. So when he reiterated that his focus is building the best league, it was obvious that the Queensland-born pro golfer had something up his sleeve. You see, when LIV signed Pat Perez, many saw it as a negative move. Although Pat Perez hasn't accomplished much this year, his long professional career's best financial year has been 2022. Perez decided to join his rival series after years of being irrelevant on the PGA Tour, where he played just 21 rounds. That went very badly, but he still got the biggest paycheck of his life. Most golfers' earning potential tends to diminish as they go beyond their peak years. But thanks to the 46-year-old LIV's golf move, he has just enjoyed by far the most remunerative season of his career to date. After signing for the Saudi-backed series in time for the season's second event in Portland, Oregon, the American won over $8 million for his efforts, almost one-third of his entire career earnings. And that's not all. The figure doesn't take into account the humongous cash he was offered to join the Norman-fronted venture, which was reportedly within the range of $10 million. Perez may not have done much this year, but money-wise, 2022 is arguably the best of his long professional career. Call LIV Golf a personalized ATM, and you absolutely wouldn't be wrong. I mean, with your credit card showing up on the field, your bank account couldn't get any better. Pat also said that as long as he's getting paid, he can only care less about the pushback the Rebel Series and its players have received so far. Think about it. Imagine raking up $30 million in 20 years of your career and earning almost a third of that in less than 6 months. And worst of all, you're not even in the top 50 best players in the game. So it's only normal to think that rewarding someone like Perez is a mistake. And if you think so, you're wrong. With that said, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more LIV Golf news. LIV may look stupid for paying him such humongous amounts only for him to play so poorly, but in reality, it's actually a strategy to stay in business. The league's chief executive may be opinionated or argumentative, but he's definitely not a fool. He obviously wouldn't want someone like Pat Perez to be his biggest player, but right now, his focus isn't on who's winning the money. He just needs someone to win it. And rewarding a less inspiring player like Perez is exactly how they intend to get top players to their events. So think about it. When a top player sees someone like Perez winning top prizes and knows they're better than him, why wouldn't they consider switching sides? Imagine how much a talented golfer would earn if anyone could perform poorly and rack up a couple of million. LIV signs partnership deals. It seems things are looking all good for the new disruptive golf league bankrolled by the Saudis' Public Investment Fund, as the tour hopes to reel in more than $120 million annually from its sponsorships, which will be offering immediately a broadcast distribution platform that's been all set up. Over the summer, the tour's sales outreach efforts included hosting brand prospects at its competitions and exposing them to the LIV experience and hospitality, with sponsorship packages set to be finalized immediately after a mainstream media deal is complete. Another headline-worthy update is that they have another $300 million partnership with the Asian Tour. Both sides unveiled the International Series and the 2022-23 destinations and prize purses for the adventurous series of 10 global marquee events announced in November 2021. The partnership was designed to drive greater engagement among fans of the game, to help balance professional golf after worldwide uncertainty and disruption, and to attract new commercial interest. According to the LIV boss, the league is setting up the Asian Tour as a force to be reckoned with on the world golf stage where nobody is left out. Everyone benefits: pro golfers, amateurs, fans, economies, grassroots golf, stakeholders, and communities, said Norman. I've never been so optimistic about the future of golf. This means that the LIV players won't just be playing the 14 LIV events. We could also see them outside the main schedule. LIV and the official World Golf Ranking crisis. Well, Norman feels optimistic for the future of LIV, but how long can he sustain the tempo if the Rebel Series fails to earn official Golf World Ranking points? You see, the growing list of golfers defecting to the Saudi-backed league continues to produce a ceaseless amount of controversy, legal conflict, and backlash over their future endeavors. But one major issue facing the league's Rebels is their declining positions in the OWGR. As it stands, the Greg Norman-led golf series has not received OWGR accreditation, so players have not been able to collect world ranking points for competing in the LIV Golf Invitational events. In addition to LIV Rebels facing an indefinite ban from the PGA Tour, we're already witnessing the defectors plummeting in the OWGR. While LIV is undergoing an application to obtain the OWGR board accreditation, the challenges couldn't be greater. Now, approval can take between 1 and 2 years. Also, the Saudi-backed venture's field size is not greater than 75. The Rebel League events are not contested over 72 holes, just a few of the compulsory elements the body requires in its rules and regulations, and they do not involve a cut. So as it stands, the OWGR dispute is still ongoing, and remains to be seen how it will all play out. But what do you think? Will LIV survive these challenges, or will it soon become history, as pundits initially predicted? Is the PGA Tour doing enough to stop the exodus of its players? Let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to watch the next video on your screen right now. You don't want to miss it.